I want to welcome you back to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. Today is not a very, how would I say? It's not going to be an ordinary day. So stay tuned. I got a great show for you. Welcome back to the show, and let me tell you something. I have a wonderful show for you today. You can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Vimeo, Roku, Amazon Fire, YouTube, all the places. All you have to do is either type in Yaya Diamond TV, or Dream Chasers Radio. Today is a special day. It's a day of progress because guess what? We're leaving the studio. Well, I'm not leaving the studio. My husband's going to leave the studio. He's got a great show for you today, and I think you're going to love it. So here we go.
Hey, so this is Mordechay with Dream Chasers, Internet Radio and TV. And I am on my way right now to Spring Hill, Florida for a very important documentary. Don't miss this one. Stay tuned. This is Mordechay with Dream Chasers Radio, and I am here today in beautiful Spring Hill, Florida. And I'm here with Tom. I don't know Tom. I just met Tom yesterday, but I feel like if I know him forever. He's a very good host, very friendly guy, and he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to pigeons. He has the best, the largest retail pet shop in the United States. They only sell pigeons and pigeon medicine, but he knows a lot more about this than me, so I'll let you talk about it.
All right, good morning. I came from New York about 15 years ago. I opened up a small little store to keep myself busy, and over the years, here I am.
Wow.
I got a store here, it's 20,000 square feet.
I see. You have auto medicine.
Everything in the store here pertains to pigeons.
The reason why I'm here, Tom, is because this is called Dream Chasers Radio. And my dream is to one day have a loft as big as that one outside with a lot of pigeons. I did it before. I had it before. I had pigeons in Cuba since I was 8 years old, but I don't have the conditions right now. But in the future, my dream is to have not even a quarter of what you have right now. So let me ask you, do you raise pigeons?
Yes, I race pigeons also. I race the GHC Club and the Unit 10 Club. The Unit 10 Club, I fly part of Tampa Bay Combine.
Okay. Are you win?
I win, I lose, I win. I don't put as much time as other people. But I win at least a race a year.
Well, I'll tell you what, your pigeons are healthy. All this medicine over here, you have everything you need. I believe that if you're going to have pigeons, first you have to learn the diseases so you can cure them, because pigeons, they do have diseases here and there.
Yes, they catch sicknesses.
Like salmonella, paramyxovirus, stuff like that.
I got everything.
Yeah, but if you have all this medicine and you have knowledge like you do, you can prevent all that. And I see all your pigeons are very healthy, really very healthy.
So we stay on top of it. My son does a lot of reading, and he knows the medicines also.
This is an everyday. He was nice enough to let me come here. He's there at work and do an interview with him. And let me ask you, do you win money? Can you win money? Because I heard I was interviewing before this gentleman from here, Tito, and he told me that there are some races that you can win money.
Some races, but you have to put money into it to make money. It just doesn't come, say, here's the money. No. You have to put a lot of time into it. You have to have good pigeons. And there is a few people that do win money. But if you weigh it for the money that you get and for the amount of time that you put into it, there is no money.
That's right. You do it because you love it.
You're doing it for the sport.
For the sport. That's right. It's a sport. You're
chasing rainbows. As far as making money, I don't think there's anybody that can say at the end of the year, wow, I made X amount of money.
Yeah.
You know, years ago, you was able to make a few pennies. Now they tax you. Everything is taxed. The money you win is taxed. They should start taxing the money you lose. If they tax the money you lose, it'd be much better. You lose more than you win. It costs money to run up the road and train the pigeons.
Yes, that's right. Because I remember when I used to have the pigeons, we used to go drive 80 miles.
Yeah.
That's gas. Gas money.
Gas costs money.
Oh, yes.
Time costs money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me ask you something. Of the pigeons, what was the most, since we're talking about money, that you ever paid for a single pigeon?
Every once in a while I go to an auction, buy a bird for $400 or $500. But a lot of my pigeons come to me for free. People get old down here, they get rid of them. I'll buy them. I'll resell them here in my store. At that time, I pick out a couple that I like. Sometimes you pick them according to bloodline. Sometimes you pick them just because you like them. You know, this one looks nicer than that one. It's just in the eye, whatever you like. You know, it's like going out with women. Some guys like to go out with redheads, some like to go out with blondes. It's all in the eyes. Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Okay. I want to ask you, how far do you raise a pigeon? Like
down here in Florida, we go 600 miles.
600 miles.
600 miles.
Wow.
From 100 up to 600, a gradual increase in mileage.
Do you have any 600-mile birds?
Yeah. You can get a 600-mile day bird down here. Where when I was up in New York, we couldn't get a day bird 600 miles in a day.
Wow.
But here in Florida, the daylight is different.
Yeah.
And it's a big difference.
So you only raise north?
We only raise north up here.
Okay, but let me ask you.
But, with this year with the virus,
that's what I was going to ask you. With the virus.
We were ready to fly south because then we could stay within the state of Florida.
Okay.
From here to Key West is, I think it was 285 miles.
Okay. Now,
we would have flew south, but we have a commercial tractor trailer that will go north.
Now, when I have pigeons before, I let them go from all the cardinal points, right?
Yeah.
And they were used to that. But with the homing pigeons, with the sport of racing, they only let them go from north.
No,
and I let you...
I go to Tampa a lot, so I take them with me to Tampa.
Okay.
Not that often, but I take them. Just, to spook them up.
Yeah. I figure that it will take them a little longer for them to come from the south because they only been trained from the north. But once you take them to the south, homing pigeons are very smart. Once you take them to the south for a while, and then they'll pick it up.
They'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Pigeon racing is, I've been doing it a long time, and down here in the state of Florida is altogether different than racing up north. when we raced in New York, we flew Southwest.
Okay.
And here we're flying Northeast. We try to stay on Highway 75.
Okay. Yeah. 75 all the way to Georgia.
We take 75 into Georgia and through Georgia.
Okay, so you released from Georgia. What town in Georgia, or what is the farthest in Georgia you go?
All the way through the state of Georgia.
Wow. Now, your last race that you did, how many birds were released? Because this sport is very wide in the United States. It's just, I don't know why it's not more popular. So how many birds?
Here's what happened with the racing pigeon theory in the United States. The day the computer destroyed this sport. Years ago, kids played in the neighborhood. They came out from school, they played. People had pigeons. People had rabbits, chickens in their yard years ago. Today they don't have that.
No.
I grew up in New York City in an area called Master Queens. Every couple of houses there was pigeons on the roof.
And the rooftop. I have my pictures in Cuba on the rooftop.
I had them on the roof, I had them in the yard.
The same. And from my roof, I could see like 50 counting rooftop lofts, a lot of lofts there. We call it palomares.
And it got to be so that people would give you a complaint, you'd have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And the sport just died away. Kids are not interested in sports no more. Kids don't play sports. In time to come, you'll lose football, you're going to lose baseball. The kids today, the American kids, don't play sports. They don't want to get their hands dirty.
My question was, how many pigeons in a release? More or less.
Each member could send up to 30 pigeons.
That's the maximum.
The maximum of 30 pigeons per member.
Wow. So the release would be how many, like thousands sometimes? No?
Years ago there was thousands.
Yeah.
We get 1,500 to 2,000 pigeons. Spring Hill happens to be the capital of racing pigeons.
That's right. They call it Little Belgium. Why Little Belgium?
Well, where I have the pigeons in Unit 10, there's pigeons, I would say, in every second yard. In an area called Unit 10, we have, I think there's 96 pigeon people. Either they have pigeons, they fly the races, or they're breeders. But there's people that have the pigeons. And it's like anything else. I'm in my age bracket of 73 years old.
You're 73.
I'm 73.
Wow.
The average guy that has pigeons down here now, not counting the young population of the Spanish people, the Spanish people are much younger. But the older American people that come from all over the United States are averaging the ages of 70 to 90.
I heard that when the pigeon people retire, they usually move here to Spring Hill.
Well, a lot of guys come down here.
Yeah. Like from New York, you know.
New York, Chicago, all the big cities. The reasoning for that is the clubs in the areas where they come from are breaking up because there's no membership no more. This is the last roundup.
So this is why it's called Little Belgium. In Belgium, the sport, it is said that the sport started in Belgium. Is that true?
It's big in Belgium. There's no such thing that it started in Belgium. It started all over the world.
Well, I know where it started, and I'm going to tell you where it started. If you read the Bible, in the book of Genesis, when there was the flood, what did Noah do? Noah released the pigeon. And the pigeon flew to see if there was land. There was no land. The pigeon came back. That was the ancestor of the homing pigeon, which is what's called the rock dove. I studied that. So that is the first instance. So when somebody tells you, no, pigeon racing started here, started there. No, started in the Bible. That was, what, 5,000 years ago.
Wow.
Yes. It's good to know because, you know,
Yeah.
the ancestor. That is the ancestor of the homing pigeon. It's called the rock dove because they used to live in rocks. You know, and then on the third time, when they, on the second time when Noah released the pigeon, it came back with the leaf in his mouth. Then later on the third time, it didn't come back no more. You know, so that means stay because there was land, because the waters were going down. Yeah. So 600 miles. That is a long way.
Yeah.
There's a long way to drive in a car.
People can't find their way home.
That's right. They find their way home someday. I believe it's like they find their way by the magnetic field of the earth.
Magnetic field. And even that is changing a lot. With more and more radio and television, all kinds of electronics. Changed a lot of it.
Yeah. So let me wrap it up because I know you got to work. This store right here, if you are a pigeon fancier, this store has everything. If you live in Florida, this is the store to
Well,
go.
we started the mail order also. They call my phone.
Mhm.
It's I'll give you my number. It's 727-856-1300, and we send all over the United States.
And you can order from here.
Yeah, we give.
Good to know. I'm going to put it on the bottom of the
Good.
screen.
Yeah, we send our orders.
Great, great. So if you start ordering from here. Mr. Tom is very knowledgeable about pigeons. One thing is ordering from online. One thing is coming here. You have to come here and experience this. And if you have any questions
If
about,
you call me on my phone and any questions, I'll answer them.
yeah, there you go. He can also answer questions, you know, about any disease, any kind of medication you want to give to the pigeons, you know. So again, I'm here in beautiful Spring Hill, Florida, Little Belgium, and this is Tom. What is the name of your pet shop?
Shady Hill Pet.
Shady Hill Pets, and it deals with pigeons, but I see you also have some chickens and some birds, but it specializes in pigeons, homing pigeons. They have rollers, high flyers. I seen the one with the fans.
Fantails.
Fantails, white
Anyone in Pet
homers.
Shop? Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna wrap this up. Man, thank you so much for inviting me.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
I feel like if I know you forever. So from the first time I saw you, you're very good host. You're very welcoming. You know, I love this place, especially with all the junk going around in the United States. I feel here. I feel like if I'm
We're
home.
like brothers.
Exactly.
We're brothers.
When you're a picture guy,
Everybody's a brother.
Everybody's a brother. You're like family, you know.
Yeah.
Like I say, I feel like if I know you, you know, for a long time. I want to move here, but my wife don't want to.
Get rid of your wife.
No, I can do that. That's my baby. I can do that. We've been married for 30 years.
Married 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. Yeah. But, no, I have to honor her. But, hey, guess what? I'm close, man. I'm close. I will come back here. This is my first time here. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. This is my vacation. Since I'm chasing that dream, I say to my wife, hey, because she owns the Dream Chasing. I say, hey, why don't we do something? You know, Spring Hill, the pigeons. She say, yeah, sure, go ahead. You know. Thank you, man.
It's been a pleasure.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And I'll come back again.
I
dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare. I dare. I dare.